What?
Their hands were severed. They were then left to bleed to death or to live as maimed examples to the others.
That is just stomach-turning. And this wasn't just a threat, he actually did this.
It became a reign of terror. The fundamental problem was there wasn't that much surface gold on Hispaniola. It wasn't the gold-rich island Columbus had imagined. The quota was impossible for most to meet. So people fled to the mountains. They stopped planting their crops in the hopes of starving the Spaniards out. Famine set in.
And that's on top of the diseases.
Exactly. European diseases like smallpox and influenza were already ravaging the population, who had no immunity. But this calculated, systematic brutality accelerated the complete collapse of Taino society.
And he also tried to start a formal slave trade, right? He sent ships full of people back to Spain.
He did. He sent 500 enslaved Taino people back on the second voyage. He wrote to the Queen arguing that the natives were cannibals, a charge for which there was little evidence and therefore could be legally enslaved. He saw them as a cash crop.
But this is where the politics get really interesting. Queen Isabella actually pushed back on that.
She did, and this is a nuance that often gets missed in the modern debate. Isabella was very pious. She considered the native peoples to be subjects of the crown. They were potential Christians to be converted, not enemies of war to be sold.
So she was against it.
She was furious with Columbus. She actually ordered that the survivors of that shipment be found, returned to Hispaniola, and freed. She was angry that Columbus was treating her new subjects like cattle.
So Columbus is actually more brutal than the 15th century Spanish monarchy, which that's a pretty high bar for brutality.
He was desperate. He had promised gold, and he couldn't deliver, so he tried to deliver bodies instead. And his desperation led to chaos. The Spanish settlers hated him too.